Buenos dias. Buenos dias. What's up? Peace. Peace, God. How are you? God is Del Almoras. I like that name. Peace, Gabby. Peace. Buenos dias, Patricia. So, I know I usually come on at 9, and suffice to say that I'm a little late. But you should always expect me to be here. At least in that 9 o'clock hour. At least. Say, I'll check back in 5 minutes, see if he's there. Or I'll check back in 10, he ain't there in 5. I'll check back in 15, he ain't there in 10. I'll check back in 20 then, I guess. I'll check back in 30 maybe. But always expect me to be here. It doesn't matter if I am late. Late or not, you should be here, waiting. So thank you for being in here already. I wanted to switch it up today. I did not want to come with a topic from breaking habitual patterns. I kind of wanted to switch it up. I wanted to do a Q&A with you all. And if you don't have any questions, I'm going to still have a lot of answers. So, about the process so far. The process thus far, the process that I've been, that's been processed over the last couple of days with you all. I realized that this is a 14 video series and I'm only halfway through it. So I realized, I was like, wow, that's pretty long. Don't rush the process. Don't rush this process. So I'm really like, okay. I was sitting up thinking about that last night. And I was like, well, take your time with this anyway then. Because don't rush this process. Let people, fill it out. And so we're only halfway through. We're 8 videos in, or we're in the 8th part of the series. So we're not going to do a part today. We're going to take like a teacher. Teachers sometimes give you a day off from the lectures. And they do Q&A with the people. So this is more like a panel discussion. You can ask me some questions. But there is a topic I'll talk about. It's called the process. It's called the process. So good morning or great sunrise, Neturu. So we're going to talk about the process, break it down some, over-examine it, and see if you can give yourself a grade from A to C. No, A to D. D. Give yourself a grade of A to D. You understand? So, we're going to give ourselves a grade. Okay? And we're going to go through all of what we did already. And we're going to talk about those. Okay? So we're not going to be long on here today. We're not going to be a whole hour like we're normally an hour. We're going to try to keep it short today. Somewhat half of that, 30 to 35 minutes. So Give me a second. So we're going to go through what we went through and process those. So let's write down from, hold on. Wait a second. I know that's a lie. I know that's a lie. No. So we are we are 7 days, or we're halfway there, like I said, not 7 days. So we're halfway there. So we're through half of the series. And so let's look at what we did so far. We did ending your suffering ways, ending passiveness now. We did an excerpt from the book, leaving depression behind, removing mental forgetfulness, getting rid of mood swings, and breaking free of your darkness. I feel like there's one I'm forgetting. Getting rid of mood swings, forgetfulness, depression. So let's process these. Give me 1 second. Okay? Enjoy some music. I'll be right back. So we got coffee today, not tea. Because we're going to make us talk. Okay? Alright. Y'all ready? We finna go in. Let's get ready to breathe. Let's breathe. Let's do our breath. Let's do our breath. Okay? And right now, just relax, and breathe in with me. Breathe in with me. Come on, do it. Come on, get into it. Breathe in. Breathe out. Release it. Breathe in again. Release. Okay, now let's go. I'm ready now. So we're going to process what we did so far. Basically, all 7 videos that we gotten. You can ask questions for this live today or not. I'm going to provide answers for the process and overview and do an overview to see where you are. So grade yourself on this. Give yourself a grade. So begin to ask yourself, did you end your suffering ways? Number 1. Where are you on the level of 1 to 10 in processing suffering? What did you process in, as far as what did you get from knowing and being able to see where you suffered at? We have to really process these things, man, in order to see growth. So on a scale of, I would say 1 to 10, but from a grade of, give yourself a grade from A to D. Did you recognize? Did you feelize? Did you feel? Did you centralize and sensualize your feelings on suffering? Did you get into them? Did you get into the body? Did you get into the mind? Did you get into meditation? Did you get into a groove with recognizing where you were suffering at? Did you see where your patterns were? Did you see that your patterns to what was causing you to suffer? Did you get rid of those patterns? Or do you continuously still see some patterns of suffering, some ways that you are not clear on with your suffering ways? Did you end them? Grade yourself A to D. Did you do good? Did you do great on ending suffering? Did you do good on ending suffering patterns? A meaning great, B meaning good, C meaning okay, D meaning I didn't take notice. A meaning great, B meaning good, C meaning okay, D meaning I didn't take notice. So, ending your suffering ways. Did you feelize, centralizing meaning? Did you take your time throughout these last 7-8 days? Did you take your time to look at suffering? Did you take your time to, or did you just come here and did you just take away notes and that was it? Are you recognizing and are you feelizing? Are you centralizing? And centralizing, are you focusing in on suffering? Are you focusing in on where you were suffering at? Did you focus in on that? Did you zero that down to where you could see my patterns in suffering? Did you say to yourself, you know what? This person been causing me suffering, or that thing been causing me suffering. These things been causing me suffering. Where did you take away? What did you take away to end part of your suffering? Did you do great at taking everything away? Saying, I saw where it was, I centralized, I focused on where it was I was suffering, and I got it out of my life. I excavated that thing. I uprooted it. I got it out. I said it's gone. I saw it. Boom, boom, boom. I pointed it out. Did you do great? Did you do good? Did you do okay? Or you didn't take notice? Grade yourself right now on that. Don't be afraid to put your grade here. I won't judge you. Don't be afraid to show your grade off on ending your suffering. Did you do good? Did you do great? Did you do great? Did you do good? Did you do okay? Or did you not take notice? So I'm going to expound on this suffering part. So I'm going to expound on suffering. I'm going to expound on every one of them. A 5-minute explanation. Why is it critical to centralize suffering? Why is it critical, and why is suffering the first one we did that day, that this week? So why is it? Because suffering and all these other ones are basically in line with suffering. Suffering is where we end up, but we don't know what's causing us to suffer. So we got to go through, passiveness. We got to go through depression. We got to go through mental forgetfulness. We got to go through mood swings. We got to go through darkness, because all these things line up with suffering. And we're suffering, but we don't know why we're suffering. So we got to process what's causing our suffering. And these things are in line with suffering. So are you looking at what is causing your suffering? Are you centralizing your mental on that? As far as throughout your day. Throughout that day we did it. Or throughout your day, even up from that day till now. Did you take it and say, you know what? This has been causing me to suffer. You know, this forgetfulness stuff is causing me to suffer. These mood swings is causing me to suffer. This depression is causing me to suffer. Being passive is causing me to suffer. Which one did you take notice of? Did you take notice of suffering? Suffering causes you suffer because of your passiveness, because of your mood swings, because of your forgetfulness. You're suffering. So why is it that you're suffering? Take that apart, break it down. Did you look at it? Did you go through it? And did you say, on a level on from A to D, how well did you do? Did you do great with that? Did you take everything out? Or did you allow days to pass and say, I was doing good. I was allowing time to reflect and process that, and I'm doing good with it. Are you doing okay where you're kind of in the haze about all the, suffering and where it is? You cannot pinpoint it, but you know it's there. Are you doing okay? Like, I know suffering is, I know the things causing me to suffer, but I'm truly not ending them right now, or I'm truly not allowing these things to get out the way right now. I'm truly not doing anything about them. Or D, you didn't take notice. Let's talk about passiveness. She said, I did suffer because of my passiveness. That's a good, thank you for putting that up there. Nataru said, I know exactly what needs to be released from your help. I will no longer suffer. I get an A. You say hold on, you get an A. You said, I know exactly what needs to be released from your help. I will no longer suffer. Are you saying you will no longer suffer, or you are no longer suffering? You say, I will no longer suffer, or I am no longer suffering. See the difference? I will no longer suffer. It's not saying you're not suffering anymore. But if you say, I no longer am suffering, then that tells me you get an A. I'm just saying, that tells me you get an A, because you're saying I am no longer suffering. But I will no longer suffer is more like a B. I told you I wouldn't judge you. I'm just letting you know what it is. You're putting this out in the universe. You're putting this out in the universe. The universe is, they say that it's not what you say, it's what you don't say. You understand what I'm saying? It's not what you say, it's what you don't say that the universe hears. So if you say to the universe, I will no longer suffer, the universe hears that you are still welcoming in suffering. That's why I'm good at breaking down the Bible. For you bobbleheads. I call you Bible heads, bobbleheads now. For you bobbleheads. That's why I'm good at breaking down the Bible, because people don't read between the lines of scripture and what's not being said along with what's being said. And you got to see what's not being said. And so when you say, I will no longer suffer, the universe says, well, we still got some suffering for you then. But if you say, I no longer am suffering, in quote, period, exclamation point, universe takes that, extracts that, and removes all pain, all forms of suffering. Okay? Period. So I did suffer because of my passiveness. Passiveness, and that's where we're going next too. So thank you for segueing into that. Passiveness is one of the biggest ones that causes us to suffer. That's why it was one of the key ones that really struck a big chord with me, because I was victim of my own passivity. And I know what it's like to be passive as far as what's causing you to suffer momentarily. So I gave myself a grade of a B minus, and I'm not saying give you a B minus, A minus, but if I'm grading myself, it was a B minus, because that stuff I knew. And it's worse when you know something and you don't. Who was it? Paul in the scripture that said, the things that I do, I don't. The things that I know to do, I don't do, and the things that I do, or I know not to do, I do. Right. Let me say it again. The things that I know to do, I don't do, and the things that I don't know, I do. There are things that I know that I'm supposed to do, but I don't, and there's things that I don't know to do, and that I don't do, or know to do, and I do. Sorry for messing that up, but that's kind of how it went. And that's even in the Bible. I was gonna say Bible, but the Bible. And I use the Bible as a good book of references to look at stories, to look at people. But you can get all of this stuff from my story too. So Paul was a big passive person when he said that. There's things that I know to do that I don't, and things that I don't do, I do. That's being passive. That's openly saying I'm a passive person. I let things happen that's not supposed to happen. And suffering from passivity, goddess, suffering from passivity is because we see what we're supposed to do. This is what passiveness is. Seeing what's supposed to be done and we don't do it. Seeing what we need to do and we don't do it. Where from A to C, grade yourself. How did you do with passiveness? Did you do great? Did you do good? Did you do okay? Or did you not take notice of you being passive? Did you say, I didn't notice myself for not doing certain things I'm supposed to do? Or did you sit down and take notice of being passive? And did you say, you know what, there's some decisions that I know I got to make today. And passiveness could end a lot of your suffering today, because you could take things from right now today, knowing that these are what you got to do, deadlines you got to meet, goals you need to create, places you want to visit and travel. Your passiveness is causing you to suffering from living your dream. You should be living your dream. You could be living your dream. You could be living your dream, but you're being passive on setting a goal or a destination to get to the end result, to get to where you need to be. You could be living out right now a portion of your dream or your purpose. I have always put others before myself. I think that comes from going in the church all my life. Goddess, I appreciate you putting that comment in there. You have always put others first. And who out of all of us are not guilty of that? Putting others first. Others before ourselves. What is the saying that say? Self first is not what? Selfish. Self first is not selfish. It's self-full. Self first is not selfish, it's self full. You're helping yourself to be able to help others when you put you first. Love thy neighbor as you love who? Thy dog? Love thy neighbor as you love thy mother? Love thy neighbor as you love thy friend? Love thy neighbor as you love who? As you love thyself. Passiveness is because we're not self first. We're about everybody else, even my own children, and I love them to death. And y'all who know me know I love my children to death, but they do not come first. I come first. Why is that? Because if I'm helpless, how can I help them? If I'm helpless, if I'm passive on me, how can I help them? If I'm passive on me, how can I be a help to anyone else? If I'm not putting myself first. It's healthy to put yourself first. Passiveness causes suffering to us because of we're not putting ourselves first. Self first is not selfish, it's self full. When you put yourself first, you make yourself better to be available. Can you believe I was about to say available when I was thinking about ability and available together? It puts self first makes you available to be present with people. Self first makes you available to be mindful of yourself and the things you do and you want to do and places you want to go. Self first makes you available. Yeah, I wish the situations with me and my children's mom were very ideal. I wish they were ideal. I wish we were still together and had the love that we had when we first met. I wish that my children didn't have to go through any type of separation between us. I wish that we had the best marriage that we could have had. I wish all those things. Why? Because I love family. I love the ideal of family and I love having a family. I wish those situations were better. But because of passiveness, it caused suffering because of us not communicating and we're letting things slide and we're letting things, sit within us instead of bringing them up, uprooting them out of us, excavating them things out so that we can have an open heart-to-heart communication conversation with each other and our situation would have been more ideal. Our situation would have been more ideal. And so because of passiveness, suffering came into our relationship. And we were not able to have the best relationship that we could have had. And yeah, I wish again that things were better. And they were ideal. Great rising, Sunray. Great rising. Yeah. So, things are not the way they are. And the children spend the majority of their time with their mother. Is that fair to mom? No, it's not fair to her. It's not fair to her that the children are majority with her and I'm over here mostly, let's just call it what it is, living my life free. But I recognize that within myself. Watch me, because I'm giving you a little bit of truth here. And I always give you truth, but I'm being open with you right now. I recognize that it's not fair for my children's mom to have and we're still on passiveness. I recognize that it's not fair for my children's mom to have my children mainly all of the time, especially while they're young still. But I'm not blind to see or blind to think that she's not somewhat, quote unquote, suffering because she's not getting the allotted time that she would love to have for herself. And so what do? I meet her halfway. I tell her, anytime you need to go somewhere, let me know. Anytime you want to go out, let me know. Anytime you want to do something, let me know. Anytime you need me to get them, let me know. Anytime you got to work, let me know. Whatever it is, let me know. I'll let you know when I'm not available because I may be traveling, but let me know when I am available, when I'm here, if I'm in town, if I'm around. My children can be with me 8 days out the week if she desires that to happen. She don't mind having them because my children are not troublesome children. They're not children that's giving her a hard time and headache. They're very well-mannered children. So my children are not of the type of headache most children are, and I'm just being straight up. Give me 1 second. Okay. So on a grade level, what do you give yourself on passiveness? Thank you. Thank you everybody for your comments. Living your best life, that's considerate. Love your honesty. Most men should do that. Yeah, so A on passiveness. So rounding that last part off, I'm not being passive about I'm not watching her suffer. I'm not sitting by watching her. I notice these things. And I'm not sitting by saying you don't get no time to yourself, because in America the primary custodial parent after a separation, after a split, after divorce is usually the mother. And so the children mainly stay with the mother. But at the same time too, to my own benefit, to my own satisfaction, I would say, letting you know that when we separated, I was homeless. I would say on the street homeless, but I didn't have a home. So where else would the children stay, right? I didn't have my own place yet at the time. And so, yeah, passiveness is me not sitting by watching her suffer. As a father, I give myself an A. I'm great at that. As a leader, I give myself a B minus. I would say a B. Only because I recently went through something about a week ago that, you know what I'm saying? So I still see areas where I'm not very, 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 very being very sharp at. Up until that moment, I was really good. But I let something happen that I was passive on, and I was like, you know what? That should not happen at all. I should be looking at things, knowing there's a decision that need to be made, and I do it. Okay? All right. Let's go. A B, a C, a B. Patricia said a B. Okay. That's where I'm at right now. But I'm working on it now. There's some things. How do you work on not being passive? Let me clear it up right now so that way we know what it looked like, the process of it. Is you saying that you're going to do things, or there's things that come up and you do them. That's what being passive don't look like. Or look like, but you don't do. Things that you say you're going to do, you do. Things that come up that you know need to be done, you get them done. Are you doing that? A, B, C, or D? Are you doing great at that? Are you doing good at that? Are you doing okay at that? Or you didn't take notice of any of those things? Yes, yes, appreciate that. Thank you for your transparency. You're welcome. Right. Let's keep moving. We got a few more to go. I say a few more, meaning like 5 more to go. So we're not going to take as much time, but I spent a lot of time on passiveness because I recently dealt with that, but more so that's really what's causing a lot of us to suffer. If I really wanted to close the book on passive, I could right now, but I'm not. Because passiveness hurts us the most. It's what's doing that, okay? I did excerpts from my book. Anybody ordered a book? You don't have to say you didn't. If you did, say you did, but you don't have to say you didn't. Anybody ordered a book? If you did, say you did. If you didn't, you don't have to say it. If you want to get the book, you can visit my website. The link is in my bio, and you can go there and get it, or you can get a copy from me, and I will ship a copy to you, signed, autographed, with a nice little note, and you can get it personally from me. Because I'm telling you right now, this book right now is about to be a book that goes into the colleges, the universities. This is about to be a philosophy students are going to be studying in the colleges. Students will be studying this philosophy. I promise you that. Watch. And I say that because I'm not wishful thinking when I say that. I'm not wishful thinking when I say that. Why am I not wishful thinking when I say that? Because I have a curriculum already that the schools here locally in my city have adopted. I have a book, a workbook curriculum that the schools here locally in Pinellas County have already adopted into their system. So I know it's not far-fetched for me to say this is going to be a philosophy college students will be studying one day. Because I've seen it happen with me with the middle schools here in my city. Dream big, you gotta think bigger. So excerpts from my book. If you got, we're not gonna spend time on it though. If you got in the book, you got excerpts from the book. We did an excerpt on the book, and if you got the book, then let me know what you find out about the book. Did you read it? How was it good? Grade yourself. Did you get the book? Say you did great. Yeah, I did great at getting the book. B, good. You say, I did not get the book, but I plan on purchasing the book. C, okay. Yeah, I'm not much of a reader, so I may or may not get the book, or I may get the book and give it away to somebody else. Or D, you didn't take notice. Like, yeah, you got a book. Okay, who don't? Everybody got books. Okay? Okay? Appreciate you. Let's keep going. See, we moved through that one quick. Boom. Excerpts of my book. We're going to keep it going, though. Leaving depression behind. We got leaving depression, removing mental forgetfulness, getting rid of mood swings, and breaking free of your darkness. I probably won't do darkness because it just happened yesterday, and we may come back on that one down the road. So I'm gonna want you to sit and process. I'm gonna sit and let you process what darkness, because we did that one yesterday. So we're not gonna go through that one. So we're just really gonna go through 3 more here. We're gonna go through leaving depression behind, removing mental forgetfulness, and getting rid of mood swings. So let's talk about leaving depression behind. Raise your hand if you are. Remember what I was talking about. You have in depression. You have manic depression. You have chronic depression. People who are chronically depressed are people who are depressed, are still in depression and are depressed over a long period of time. That's chronological. That's timeline. That's what that means. A timeline. There's a time involved with being depressed. And people that are chronically depressed are people that are in depression and are still going through depression and have been in it and are in it and are going through it, through a longer period of time. People who are manically depressed, it's just like it sounds, manic, right? Almost sounds like the word panic. Manic is when you are depressed because somebody told you was fat, and immediately you go within. What did I say about depression? Depression is like compression, something being compressed. Your feelings, the things that you feel, is something is being compressed. What does it mean for something to be compressed? Well, think of like a compactor, a garbage compactor. You know, in your apartment complex, they got these dumpster compactors that takes the garbage and it squeezes it and compacts it very, very tight so it can make room for more trash. That's what it means to be compressed. It's like taking a lot of guilt, a lot of shame, a lot of doubt, a lot of worry, a lot of fear, and you're compressing it within. People say you're fat, you're sad, so you compress it. People say you're ugly, you get sad, so you compress it. People say, oh, you're never going to be anything, so you compress that. You hold it and you bring it in. And then your whole day is ruined, and you're depressed throughout that day. And somebody calls you up on the phone, and they can hear it. And they say, what's wrong with you? You say, nothing. But really what it is you're manically depressed. It just means you're depressed for that moment, depressed for that day, depressed at that time being. I'm just down. Why you down, girl? Or why you down, cuz? Man, you know, I don't know what I'm gonna do about these bills, bruh. What do I always tell you? Don't bring me any bad news. Only bring me good news. Because what you speak, when you speak bad news, you're putting it out in the universe. And the universe is hearing that. And it is taking what you say and extracting what you say and giving you back what you don't say. Giving you back more of you not saying, I want more bills, I want more worry. But you saying, I am worried, you're asking for more work. Y'all don't even hear me. You saying, I am worried, you're asking for more worry. The universe is hearing what you don't say. Girl, I'm just down. And then guess what happens? More down comes to you. I'm just stressed. And guess what happens? More stress comes your way. Manically depressed is a part of the suffering. And manically depressed is allowing momentary things to get us down. Instead of saying, I'm good right now. Like, let me help you out. Let me inspire. Let me motivate you real quick. All things is what they are. And let them be what they are. Don't you be them. And I'm not talking about just people. I'm talking about things. Don't you be them. All things is what they are. Don't be them. We know bills come, and bills are meant to depress us. Nobody says, hey, I got the rent due today. Yay. Nobody says, hey, my car note's due today. I'm so happy I get to pay my car note. Yes. Nobody is happy about paying or giving away money to things what the freak? Oh my goodness. Yo, a joke just shot down my arm. I don't know where that came from. Like a shock of electricity just whoop. And nothing's electrical about me. But a shock of electricity just ran through my arm. Like, felt like you got shot. Felt like I got shot. Okay. Sorry about that. But nobody is happy about looking at bills coming. But you don't announce them and give them power. Let those things be what they are. You be who you are. Don't be that. We know bills come to depress us. We get the bills, and nobody's happy about dishing out money unless it's for our good. So Patricia says, actually, I get happy when I get bills because I'm thankful and grateful the universe will provide always. You are an anomaly. You are a rare one. It's good when you get, it's okay to be happy when you get bills. And I would say this, it's okay to be happy when you get bills when you are rich and wealthy. Not saying you're rich and wealthy, but when you're rich and wealthy. Why? Because they're no bother to you. They don't matter. Your bills don't matter. And number two, you probably got an assistant who takes care of the bills and you don't get to see them, so your life stays pleasureful. Your life stays pleasureful, full of pleasant things you love to do. Because you don't get to see that. You let an accountant handle that. That's why I'm getting me an accountant. So I don't have to deal with me looking at any bills. Okay? I'm not going to put that stress on myself. But anyway. I want you to not get depressed. But let's do the grade. Where are you? A, B, C, or D? Did you do great on not allowing things to put you in that manic state of depression? Did you do good with saying, I've noticed some things, I took care of some of those issues, but there's still some other issues that I'm still arriving at to work on? Did you do okay and say, yeah, I'm still dealing with that a lot, but I recognize it? Or did you not take notice? Did you not take notice of being manically depressed? Did you not take notice of the things that are triggering you to be manically depressed? It says leaving depression behind. Chronic depression and manic depression are two different things. Chronic depression, you're going to have to go and get. I wouldn't recommend it myself personally. I use homeopathic doctors. So I do things like acupuncture. If you don't use homeopathic remedies, I would suggest that you do. But I wouldn't recommend you go see a doctor, a medical doctor, a psychiatrist, because to me, I'm not a person that is for the pill industry. So I'm not going to tell you to go get a pill, go to a psychiatric doctor and go get psychiatric treatment so they can prescribe you some medication. I'm not for those things. I'm against pill taking. I'm against pill forms. I'm against pharmaceuticals. So I'm not going to tell you to go seek out a psychiatric doctor. My suggestion as a homeopathic, as a naturalist, as a naturalist, I'm giving you my remedies, how I deal with. And to me, I get an A on this because I don't deal with things. I only deal in good news. I don't deal in bad news. I only deal with good news. I only bring me good news. I only deal with things that bring and offer my good, because the universe hear what you're speaking and hear what you're thinking too. You know that the universe also hears what you're thinking. I don't get depressed, but I have experienced mood swings. I can cut off most negativity, but family is an ongoing task. Texting and always calling about nonsense. You need to put that rule out there to him. Goddess, you need to take my rule. I have one rule. My life is surrounded by this one rule. Only bring me good news. Don't even pick up the phone to call me. Don't do it. Don't do it. If you ain't got good news, don't pick up the phone to call me. Well, how would you know if something happened to your family? We all know we're not talking about that. We all know we're not talking about let's forbid that we're not talking about death in the family here. But we all know we're not talking about death in the family. You understand? If something is happening stress-wise, don't bring it to me. Don't bring it to me. Why? Because I don't want to be accompanied by your misery. Help me help you. Help me help you get out of that by telling me, you know what, I need to get out. Okay, let's go. You know what? I need a date for myself. Let's go. You know what? I need to go and have a drink. You want to do that? Let's go. Hey, you want to meet up and have tea and let's conversate? Let's go. You know what I always say? To me, this is another one of my own things. One of the things that fixes, I always say, soup and tea can fix any argument. I believe that. Soup and tea. Conversation over some soup and conversation over some tea can really heal. It does wonders. I promise you, it really does wonders. It does wonders. So, I would recommend, as a naturalist, I would recommend things and I'm talking about only for those who are naturalists. If you believe in doctors, medical institutions like psychiatric help for manic depression or chronic depression, go for it. I'm not recommending them. I'm recommending what I do. I do natural things. I do acupuncture, and wow, what a big difference it made in my clarity of focus. You want to talk about clarity of vision, clarity of focus? Do acupuncture. But acupuncture helped me a lot with stress. Oh my God. Chiropractic. Go see a chiropractor. Why? Because chiropractic, what does chiropractic do? Is it just to pop bones and hear the sounds of things popping in your body? Absolutely not. Chiropractic does what? It releases gas that is released in gas chambers within your body, locked up. And within the gas chambers of your body, you are withholding information, tension. There's locked up DNA. There's gas it's like opening the top to a soda bottle. When you open up the top to a soda bottle, it's releasing the gas, what we call acid. The acid in the soda is a gas. Okay? It's releasing gas. You ever shake up a soda bottle? How does it feel? Once you ever shake up a Coca-Cola bottle? How does the bottle feel after you shake it up? Very tight, don't it? Very, very, very constricted. Very constricted. Well, think about what manic depression does when you're withholding and compressing information in. That's what it is. It's like shaking up a soda bottle. Compressed gas. Compressed gas. And so when you are manically depressed, you're going in and out of these phases of being down. You may need to go see a chiropractor. And it's not because you want to hear bones pop and your neck is tight. It has nothing to do with loosening anything within your body. It has everything to do with releasing gas. Because there is information within in the gas chambers of your body that is locked up. And until people come out feeling, you ever see people walk out of a chiropractic doctor? Go to a chiropractor and watch people walk out of a chiropractic doctor. Look how much, look at the light, look at the glow, look how much happy, look how much free, look how much, oh my God, jovial they are. They come out like, oh, they come out almost laughing because it feels so good to release some gas. You ever have gas in your stomach and your belly is tight, your stomach feels full, and then you release it? Oh my God, what do you do? Finally. You be like, finally, I can breathe. Finally. You've been waiting all day to release that. You was around your family. You've been waiting all day to release that. Couldn't release it. Beloved, manic depression is nothing but the same thing. Gas that you're holding in. And until you release that gas, you're not going to feel this sensation of, I can breathe now. Okay? So release that gas. I recommend things naturally. The way to release gas from within your body, you're like a soda bottle that got shooken up. You got to release that gas. Go to a chiropractor. Or go to an acupuncturist. Why? Because what an acupuncturist does, and I'm expounding way too long on this one, but I got to give you the visual of why and how to show you where manic depression, what it does to you, and how to release it, how to leave it behind. I don't deal with manic depression anymore. Why? I found the way to leave it behind. If anything comes about on me, anything that comes within me, I immediately go to my releases. I go to acupuncture. I go to chiropractor. These are things that help me release. And acupuncture does what? It taps into the body meridians. It taps into the meridian. They're tapping into the meridians of the body in the brain stem. That's why they put them needles in the brain stem and also on the third eye. They're opening up the third eye. They're opening up the stem. What do they call it? The hemoglobin or oh my goodness, not the hemoglobin, but the oh my goodness, I'm losing the word. It sits in the back of the brain. I think it starts with an H, but we got to look that up. And the natural doctor, chiropractor, is tapping into that. This is what I meant to say. The back, the hippocampus of the brain. The hippocampus. That's what it is. Tapping into the hippocampus of the brain. The third eye, open it up, releasing what? A lot of. Listen to me. You see a lot, and so your body is taking in that information. And so you're taking in trauma. And so acupuncture releases the traumas within the body meridians. It releases the traumas, the things that we're going through, sadness, guilt, frustration. It taps into the meridians of the body, and it's like opening up the floodgates of the dam. Once you open up the floodgates of the dam, water comes flowing through. Blood is able to now release. I don't want to get too much scientific and too long on this, but the manic depression comes in because there's a coagulation. That means there's a buildup. There's a buildup that happens. And what happens when you're usually depressed? Boils surface. Cysts begin to surface under your arms. Boils begin to surface on your arms. Because it needs to be released. The gas needs to be released. And if you don't release it, boils will show up. Cysts will show up. All these things are replicas and indications of depression. You're compressing the body with too much. So go get your release. So I would recommend natural doctors. Give yourself a grade on that. A, B, C, or D. Are you doing great at leaving depression behind? What are you doing? Are you taking any steps, remedies, and things like that? Like I told you, I would recommend going to see a chiropractor or acupuncturist to open up the body meridians. And acupuncture opens up the body meridians to allow new blood to flow and new visuals that your body's taking in to get the old visuals out and allow new visions in. Traumas come into your body, and acupuncture releases that. And chiropractor releases the gas. The information that's locked into your body, into the gas chambers of your body. Are you leaving depression behind that way? Are you leaving depression behind? What are your thoughts on plant medicine? You talking about weed? I don't do it. Because I tell you all the time, Netaru, that marijuana is not a high. It's a low. It's a low. Because you are the highest high. The plant wants to get high off you. You're the highest high. But you won't know this until you begin to tap into your higher self. And you think marijuana is getting you high. And I don't want to talk about marijuana too much. But marijuana is not getting you high. It's getting you low. You understand? And let's keep going. Because I don't want to spend too much time. Did you get a B? I've already spun enough too much time. Did you do good? Did you say, yeah, I'm noticing these things. I'm actually taking steps to go and help myself naturally. Tea. I drink a lot of tea. Tea helps too. C. Are you doing okay? Are you saying, yeah, I'm noticing, but I'm starting to take steps? Or D. You didn't take notice at all. You didn't take notice at all. You saying, you know what? I am what I am, and I just need to find a way to get through it. But I'm telling you, giving you answers how. Okay? 2 more and we're done. Promise. We got started late. Very late. But I wanted to come on and do something very different. So I love medicinal teas and natural herbs for healing. Yes. I don't argue with weed, but as many other plants, they are amazing. Listen. Where's that magazine at? Hold on. Give me 1 second. One thing about me is I read a lot. Show you something real quick. In this article, here's an article of this girl right here, right? In this article I read, this girl does weed. I'm gonna talk about this real quick. And she's an artist in Jamaica, a Jamaican artist. And she talks about, and it's in the magazine, if you go to Barnes & Noble, you can find it in here, read the article. She talks about steaming marijuana. I'm going to just do this real quick and I'm done with it. She talks about steaming it as a way to ingest it, instead of smoking it as a way to inhale it. So I don't argue with weed as a form of inhaling it. If you're inhaling it, I'm not for that. If you're ingesting it, I'm all for that. And here's a girl. This girl wrote an article. This article is about this artist who is in Jamaica, who steams her marijuana as a way to ingest it, and she's taking Jamaica by storm, getting a lot of people to do weed this way. So marijuana is an herb. Herbs are here for us to ingest, not to inhale. Our lungs are only reserved for inhaling oxygen. Herbs are here for us to ingest, not to inhale. So if you want to read the story on that, go get this magazine and read her story. The way she talks about steaming her weed. That's it. I'm leaving that part alone now. Okay? So let me keep going. We got 2 more. We got to go. Removing mental forgetfulness. Y'all getting something from this today? Ayahuasca is a whole different level. Yes. There are others like ayahuasca. Okay. Ayahuasca is a whole nother level, but again, removing mental forgetfulness. I'm trying not to look over y'all's comments, making sure I'm not missing questions. So I'm end up reading what y'all say. Where are you at on mental forgetfulness? A, B, C, or D? Now, this is not something that I deal with a lot. If I misplace my wallet, that doesn't mean I deal with forgetfulness. If I can't find my wallet, I say, dang, I forgot where my wallet was. I can't find my wallet. Am I someone am I someone who's dealing with mental forgetfulness? Absolutely not. Because that's not me dealing with Now, if I misplace my wallet every day and I don't know where it's at every day, now I'm dealing with mental forgetfulness. But if I misplace my wallet and I can't find it one time, where's my wallet? Oh, I left it over here instead of over here. That's not me dealing with mental forgetfulness. But if I put my wallet somewhere and I forget about it every day, where I put it, now we're dealing with mental forgetfulness. Now we're dealing with these things on a scale of what your grade is, A, B, C, or D. How are you doing with forgetting? Are you the person who takes mental forgetfulness and say, you know, every time I get ready to leave the house, I forget something? Every time you leave the house, you forget something. Or every time you get ready to do something and go somewhere, you forgot something. Every time you are getting ready to take on a task, you can also forget to close it out. Every time you're starting a chapter, you forget to close out that chapter. You start an idea, you forget to go all the way through with that idea. That's mental forgetfulness. Where you say, forget that shh. You understand? Forget that ish. When you say things, you start something, you say, you know what, forget that. And you say, I'm not going to finish that. You know what, forget all about that. Forget all about that. A, B, C, or D. I will say I'm a B. Thanks for your honesty. A, B, C, or D. Now, you can't be forgetting things that is a part of your growth through these habitual patterns. Or you will still be what? Manically depressed. You're still being passive. And you're still suffering. So, forgetfulness or forgetting all the time, because you don't take the time to be mindful. That's why mindful meditation is taking the world by storm. When people practice this type of mindfulness, they're practicing to be present with their daily life. You say you're an A in that area. Wow, that's a good grade to have an A. I will give myself an A in that area as well. I give myself an A in all areas except for the passive one. I gave myself a B. But, I'm not Mr. Perfect. I will express if I did some things where I wasn't so great at. I'm not one to be ashamed of releasing the truth, because the truth sets me free. That's a fact. The truth sets me free. All right? Forgetfulness is one of the causes to our suffering. All these things lead up to suffering. But forgetfulness is causing our suffering. We go places, we forget. We do things, we forget. We don't finish tasks because we forget. We don't follow through because we forget. We don't stay engaged because we forget. We don't stay consistent because we forget. Consistency is key to graduating in life. And being a person that mentally forgets a lot, that's not going to go well with people. Your time frame and how you do things. Watch this. How you construct and do things in life should have a time frame to it. And you don't have to write out, I'm going to be here for an hour. But it should have a time frame to it, to where you say, look, I'm going to work on this part of my life for 20 days or something like that. I'm going to work on this. And I'm going to work on this until I see it all the way through. And so you're forgetting. You leave the house. You forget things. You go places. You forget things. You take on tasks. You forget things. This could hurt a lot of people around you. Especially if you're a person that's trying to grow a business. If you're someone trying to grow a business, this is going to hurt you. Because time, as far as being a business person, time is everything. Time is everything as far as being a business person, self-employed person, anything you want to call entrepreneur. Time is everything. And you need to make sure that when you are using other people's time, you are mindful of your own, so that you're not wasting other people's time. So don't forget about you, lest you be forgetting about others. And when you forget about you, you forget about others, and therefore no one wants to be around you. No one is going to want to be around you. Because you forget about you so doggone much that it's plaguing me. It's becoming an infected disease around me. Because you forget about you so doggone much You forget about you so doggone much that your forgetting about you is diseasing my life. It's infecting my life. It's causing an infection within my environment. Because your lack of awareness and mindfulness on you being not forgetful is trickling over, is transferring over and spilling over into my environment. And you are around me with this kind of mindset, which is trickling over around me and it's affecting the things that I have to do, the things that where I'm supposed to be, where I'm supposed to go, and it's affecting what it does is it's a ripple effect. It's a big ripple effect. It's causing trauma. That's why manic depression is key here to understand. It's causing a lot. It's a ripple effect in the ongoing process of your life, and it's spilling over into others. And your forgetfulness is causing a lot of things to get off balance, disharmony. You're causing things to be out of harmony. There's a rhythm of life. There's a rhythm in the universe. There's a rhythm of life that ebbs and flows. There's an ebb and flow with life. And if you're not in the ebb and flow of that, listen to me, if you're not in the ebb and flow of life, it's because you're a forgetful person. I'm going to say that right now. I'm going to say it again. Because you're not in the ebb and flow of life, you're a forgetful person. Because you're not in the ebb and flow of things. You cannot say, just go with it. Let it flow. When it come to, you cannot say let it flow when it come to you cannot use that kind of language around building a business. Just let it flow. I'll show up. I got a seminar I got to do, but I'm speaking, because this is the field I'm in. I'll show up when I get there. Look, I came on late. I usually come on at 9, but I came on and I told you I was late. And listen, I'm being open and honest about that. Not because I'm forgetful and not because I'm transparent, but I got to be open with myself first and release that. I forgot to come on at 9, And so I got to be transparent with me. But am I graded less of A because of that? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm not graded less than an A because of that. Because this is not a habitual pattern in my life. If I say I'm going to be somewhere and I show up and I do something, I do it. I show up. And you cannot have this let it flow with a business mindset. All things do flow, okay, together for your good. But when it comes to building a business, building a brand, building a name for yourself, trying to do something fantastic and great, you cannot be forgetful. Period. You cannot forget about what your lack of initiation is doing to the process of others' engagement. I'm going to say that again. You cannot let your lack of initiation affect those in the process of their engagement with you. Those who are trying to engage you, you cannot let your lack of initiation infect their engagement. Man, he said he was going to be here at 9. Where he at? He late. I got places to be. I came here expecting someone to be here and show up and start talking and doing this and that and the third. If that's a habitual pattern of yours, you need to start working on that. Where are you at? A, B, C, or D? A, B, C, or D? Okay? Look at those things. Look at those things. And get right with yourself. Is your forgetfulness spilling over, translating over into another person's or other people? And your infected dis-ease is infecting other people around you. This is how you can tell you're a forgetful person. Look at the people around you. That's it. Look at the people around you. Is that any indication of me being a forgetful person? It absolutely is. Why? Because you're not being mindful and you're not being mindful of you. You're forgetting about you. And your forgetfulness about you is transferring over into other people's life. So you're not taking care of your own well-being, your own mental, your own spiritual. And so it's translating and infecting other people. It's translating and infecting other people. Because you forget so much. So look at the people around you. Literally, look around you. Look at the people around you and look at who they are. You're only looking at a reflection of yourself. You cannot say, this is my environment and this is what it is for now. What did I say yesterday? You got to move. And I mean that literally. You got to move. If your environment is causing you to rot away, you got to move. You got to move. You got to go. It's time to leave. Last one, and we're done. First, give yourself a grade. A, B, C, or D. A, I'm doing great at not forgetting things and not being and I'm being very mindful, and I'm remembering me. I'm bringing myself back together. I'm remembering me. I'm remembering myself. I'm remembering me. How are you on that process? You moved last month. Good, good, good. Very good. That's a A+. Very good. Make sure you take care of you. You're looking out for you. You're remembering you. You're remembering you. You're like, yo, forget y'all. I'm remembering me. Sometimes we remember others too much. And we forget us. But that forgetting about us helps us to forget about others that really want to engage with us. So sad at times. Wow, I am moving. This entire series so far is helpful. Need work done in a B. I'm guilty of that. A B. Yes. After all these years, I'm glad y'all commenting. Last one. Let's go. So let's put a ribbon on that. Let's tie a ribbon on that. Last one, forgetfulness. Remember you. Stop. Forget about others and remember you. Okay? The saying is, self first is not selfish, it's self full. Alright? Last one. Getting rid of mood swings. We did this one 2 days ago, but we can still talk about it. We can still, 2 days is good enough to have processed your moods, your mood swings, your feelings. 2 days is good enough to have processed your mood swings, your feelings. Where have you been very moody? Women, I know it's hard to not be moody. I know this is with a factor with women. Because men, we're so calloused with our emotions that we turn them off. But that's what caused a lot of anger and frustration with men. Because manic depression. Manic depression is allowing us, men suppress their emotions so much to the point where you see them angry and frustrated a lot. And men may deal with more manic depression, but they don't express it in feelings. They express it in violence. They express it in beating the wall up, punching a hole in the wall. They express their anger or their manic depression differently. But punching the wall actually is a release. It's a release valve. It's a release. Men just express their moods differently. And so we may not express it in communicatively like a woman does. Men, we do it differently. We just get violent. That's how we express mood swings. Or we yell and we demand and we make commands, and we're very vigilant and vigorous about getting things done. Some people can convert their mood swings. Some people can convert their mood swings and become someone who takes what they're feeling and turn it to good. Your mood swings are attached mostly, watch this, to your thoughts. Someone say, "No, that should be my heart." No. The heart doesn't engage the thinking. The thinking engages the heart. As a man, what? As a man, what? Help me finish that quote, because I know it. As a man thinketh, so is he. Your thinking engages your heart, and beloved, your mood swings are coming from, oh my God. Your mood swings are coming from, this is so good, from what you are allowing to take root in your mind, in your thinking, in your thoughts. As a man thinketh, so is he. And you don't even know that you're thinking, and you can get rid of mood swings right now. Women, you can overpower your moods right now. This should be the easiest one for you to do right now, by the simple changing of your thoughts. And the problem with women is they're too into feeling. That's fine and okay. But your thinking is what's bringing on the mood swings, not your feeling. Your man cheated on you. You feel crappy about that. But are you going to allow your thoughts to make you feel crappy, or are you going to allow your thoughts to make you feel better? Are you going to allow your thoughts to make you feel bitter about your man cheating on you, or are you going to allow your thoughts to make you feel better? You know what? Screw him. He's gone. I gave him 6 years of my life. Okay, but I'm better. I'm going to do better. Get out of this. He should not be the surmise or the demise of your life and how you feel. Bring on about a different mindset, a different thinking. Tell yourself something different about your man cheating on you. He cheated on you, but it's not you he cheated on. A man cheating is a man cheating on himself. He's cheating himself in life of the fullness and from receiving the full capacity of all the love you have within you. And there is no love lost from a man cheating on you. And I'm going to build on this one for a minute, because this is our last one. So let me build on this one for a minute. A man cheating on you is not the end of your life, and he shouldn't get that kind of power. Why? Because he's cheating on himself. He's cheating himself from life. The universe picks up everything we say, everything we don't say, because we're an energy signature, and we're actually writing our message in the world with our vibration. With our vibration, we're writing a message. So you don't have to say much. The universe will still pick up on that. You don't have to say much. You don't have to say anything. The universe is picking up on your vibration, your energy signature, and it's carrying out that note. This is why it's called universe. Uni meaning one, verse meaning song, one note. You're sending out one note. You're sending out a note to the universe that is hearing the music or the sound from your heart. And guess what? It's going to play the music for you. It's going to play the music back to you. It's going to play the sound to you. It's going to strum the instrument for you. It's going to say, this is what you want to hear? Okay. And it's going to start strumming away. It's going to start. And what do people say? This is music to my ears, or the song of my life. This is music to my ears. Yeah, people cheating on you is music to your ears, because you understand? You're putting out the vibration from your heart space, your heart center, saying, Yo, he cheated on me. What am I not doing right? But let's not zero in on cheating. Let's make this bigger than that. A man cheating on you or a woman cheating on you is not what's causing our mood swings only. It's other factors that causes mood swings. But the main thing that's causing you to have mood swings is your thinking. As a man thinketh, so is he. What you are thinking is what sits in the heart, and the heart sings that song. It sends out that signature. The universe picks up on that signature, that one note, and it starts singing a song to you. And then you become hurt by the sad song. You can't listen to sad music because you're hurt your man cheated on you. You can't listen to certain songs because y'all shared those songs together. You can't, you understand? Or being fired from a job. Are you going to tell yourself something bitter about it or something better about it? You know what? This firing actually allows me to go out and pursue building my business. Are you going to be bitter, better, and build a business from it? Or start your journey, starting your purpose? What are you going to do about being fired? Or what are you going to do about someone leaving your life? Are you going to sit and wallow in the moodiness of that and say, what did I not do? Why did I not answer the phone? Why are you not picking up? Why is she not picking up? What did I do? Your thinking is causing you to feel these ways. Your thinking is causing you to feel the lack of love, the lack of trust, the lack of compassion. Your thinking is allowing you to feel the lack of something. And it's bringing on about a lot of mood swinging in you. Stop with this. You can change the way you can change, and you can get rid of mood swings right now. Where are you on that scale? Are you even doing it? Are you even there? A, B, C, or D. A, you're doing great. Listen, I recognize my moods. I see what's causing me to be moody. And it is my thinking. I looked at the things I'm doing in my life, and I did see a lot of things that are causing me to be very moody. A, you're doing great. I'm extracting these things right now as we speak. I'm working on them, and I'm getting rid of them now. I'm starting to make the list, check it twice, and check them off. B, are you good at this? Are you good at mood swing? Are you saying, I'm working on them, I'm noticing them, it's still a process, but I'm still in my feelings about a lot of things. My man left me, I'm still in my feelings, but I'm doing good. I'm not letting him get me down. C, you're doing okay with this. My man left me, or my job fired me, and I'm still thinking about another job, or how my work, or my man left me or my girl left me, and I'm sitting around thinking now what to do. I don't know. And so from that right there alone, you start engaging in mood swings. I don't know what to do. And so you're allowing yourself to be open to feel whatever comes in. Anything that comes in, you're allowing yourself to feel. And so women struggle with mood swings a lot because they feel too much. And that's okay that you feel. But it's not because you feel that you're moody. It's because of what you're telling yourself in the thoughts. It's because of what's going on in the thinking is why you're moody. It's not what's going on in the heart. As a man thinketh, so is he. It's what's going on in your thinking. What are you telling yourself that's causing you to feel these emotions? These up and down roller coasters, manic depression. Forgetting about you. What are you doing about that? D, I didn't take notice at all. I'm one that is cold-hearted about my feelings. Men, like I said, when it comes to men dealing with mood swings, I'm a Cancer, and Cancers are basically the epitome of mood swings. Very emotional beings. Okay? I'm one to say to you, I have mood swings, but I know how to check them off without allowing I know how to check them off so quick that I don't allow my thinking to process the mood. The moment I allow my thinking to process the mood, the moment it gets into my heart space, and there I am in my feelings. But the moment I feel the thinking comes on, I don't let it process. I just, no, I'm not, so what? Okay, whatever. I dismiss them. Are you dismissing someone cheating on you? Absolutely not. What you're dismissing is the person. You're not dismissing that person cheating on you. You're not dismissing the cheating. You're dismissing the person. Why? Because it's the person whose energy you don't need around you. F the cheating. Forget about the cheating. The cheating is just a display of the person. And the cheating is not just cheating in and of itself. The cheating is bigger than that. It speaks loudly. If this person cheats, this person can't be trusted. This person doesn't love themselves. This person doesn't trust themselves. This person doesn't believe in love wholly, fully, and accept it for themselves. And I'm a person that accepts love for myself. I'm a person that accepts wholesome love, whole love within me. I'm a person that accepts whole love within me. And so I, boom, remove that stuff. I remove it. It's not about the cheating in and of itself. It's about the person that's displaying they don't love themselves. I don't want no one around me that don't love themselves. It's about the person displaying they can't trust themselves. I don't want people who can't trust themselves be around me, because I love to trust. I love myself so much. I trust my ideas. I trust my thoughts. I trust my feelings. I trust me. And I don't need people like that. It's the person you're dismissing, not the cheating. So don't go into a process of don't allow the process of cheating or being fired or losing your home. Don't allow these things to process in your heart and say it's them. Make it about them, not about you. Don't make it about you. Don't say, why did he cheat on me? What did I do? What did I not do? Was I not good enough? Don't say I'm good because I'm good enough. I'm good enough because I'm good. I love me. A person cheats on me, I tell them, look, okay, I don't get mad. Listen, you may think this the man in me, or you may think it's you may think it's the man in me, but it's not. It's simply saying I accept people as they are. If that's who you are, I accept you as you are. It's not who I am. And I let you go and I release you in love. I release you in love. And it's hard for people to want to do something like that because the feeling get involved. Thinking engages the heart, and then feelings get involved. Yeah, you spent 6 years with this person. Say to yourself, I gave this person the best I gave this person, not the best, but I gave this person 6 good years. And they got to experience 6 good years of me. 7 good years of me. 8 good years of me. They got to experience 8 good years of me. That job got to experience 8 good years of me. You learn something, you take something away, and you go about your life. And you start to continuously vibrate higher. So you can start to channel in, focus on who's coming into your scope. Focus in, channel on who's coming into your scope of vision for the next time someone says they want to love on you and love you and give you the best. Focus on that, channel in on that. So you can say, yo, I deserve the best. I'm going to give myself the best. And therefore, the spirit of intuition and discernment comes into play. It becomes a factor. And also premonition. You can see things play out before they happen. Because now you can tell the display of people's characters, people's language. Listen to the way people talk. And you can tell the display of someone's message coming out of their lips, out of their mouth. You can tell. I'm going to hold off on you a little bit. I'm going to sit back a little bit on you. I'm going to wait this one out. I'm not going to be a fool rushing in. I'm going to let this one play itself out. Give anything time. If you're following your guide, if you're following your intuitiveness, if you're following your mind, and if you're following your heart, you'll be able to spot people out and know who they are and why they don't need to take up space in your life. How you doing on mood swings? A, you're doing great. B, you're doing good. C, you're doing okay. D, I didn't take notice. I give myself an A because I take notice of moods trying to take root in my heart, but they don't. They're like the seeds. The Bible says the seeds that's thrown on dry ground. They didn't take root because they fell on the surface. Things don't take root because they fall on the surface and then the sun scorches them up. Before the seed could take surface, the sun scorches up the seed. You understand what I'm saying? Before any moodiness reaches the soil of my heart where it can take root. You understand? Before that can happen, you know what I do? I spot it out. And I zap them. Pew, 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 pew. I get rid of them through my thinking, through the changing. What? Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Women, you can get rid of moods today. As a man thinketh, so is he. Being ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. And that's all it takes. That's all it takes. Are you renewing your mind daily when these feelings come up? That's how you beat it. Renew your mind. Change your thoughts. Brian Tracy wrote a book, Change Your Thoughts, Change Your Life. Dr. Dwayne Dyer wrote a book, same thing. Change Your Thoughts, Change Your Life. So you can go get it either by Brian Tracy or you could go get it by Dr. Wayne Dyer. I thought I had it down here. Change Your Thoughts, Change Your Life. I got the CD series. Change Your Thoughts, Change Your Life. Change the way you think, beloved. Okay? A for Patricia. C for Goddess. I'm getting there. That's being transparent. That's being good. Because you're getting there. And C is, you're okay. I take notice. I'm doing okay though. And I'm working on these things. It's okay to be okay. It's okay to be okay. As long as you're okay with being okay, and as long as you're okay with knowing that you're going through the process to get there. Okay? Appreciate y'all being here. Take one breath in. Let's breathe. Put your pens down. Put your pad down. Let's breathe, okay? Put it all down. Put it down right now. And we are halfway through the series. Come back tomorrow. We'll be going through the rest. Put your pens and pads down. Let's go. And let's breathe. Take the time right now. Relax. Just do a big woosah real quick. Do a big woosah. Woo. Woosah. 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 Move your jaw around. You're releasing things. Move your neck around. Open your eyes as wide as you can. You understand? Raise your eyebrows. Taking a gulp through your mouth. A big gulp of air in your mouth. Like you're... Now let's breathe. You done opened up the meridians in the body. You opened up. Now let's breathe. Ready? Set. Let's breathe. Breathe in. Inhale through the nose. Deep breath from the diaphragm. One, two, three, four. Release through the lips, through the mouth. Slowly parted lips, right? Allowing your lips to be open just a little bit. You don't want to... You want to... Okay? Now this time when you breathe, feel it. Feel your breath. Don't just feel it enter. Okay? From the diaphragm. Let's breathe. One, 2, 3, 4. Release that breath. Every time you release a breath, you should almost feel yourself wanting to slump over. If you don't feel yourself wanting to slump over, you're not releasing all of the breath out of you, number one, and you're still holding things within, number two, mainly, more importantly. If you don't feel yourself, when you're releasing that breath, if you don't feel yourself do this, if you don't feel yourself collapse, you're still holding things in. And that's not good. So you want to feel yourself collapse. To get it out. Empty yourself. Flatten yourself like a balloon releasing air. Ready? One more time. Last time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Release. 11:11. Yes, thank you. And that's our time. 11:11. I want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me. Sorry I was late. Tomorrow I'll be here at 9 for sure. Same time, regular time as always, 9 o'clock. We'll be going through more of the series. The next one tomorrow is thankfulness. So let's just, it's about being not thankfulness, but unthinkable. What is it? Removing what? Let me see. Tomorrow, somebody just go through it with me. I'll be here tomorrow with it, okay? So, don't worry about it. Love you. I love you. I love me. I love us. Ashe. Put your A-frames up. These are your A-frames. Ashe. See the A-frame? It's an infinity sign. The pyramid. But I call it an A-frame. Ashe, atone, and amen. Forever. Be well, beloved, and be light. See you back here tomorrow at 9. Peace.